YouTube Nation, Main Event TV, aka Me TV, aka the Son of Liberty, aka it was a hell of a sports week, and oh my God, this week was great for sports. And before I get started, I want to say a big congratulations to Real Madrid for winning the Copa Del Rey Cup. Seriously, you guys won, you deserve it, but how the hell do you have a party and drop the damn trophy under a bus? Now, I know there are a lot of football fans out there that are just like, nah. See, our team wouldn't have acted like that. Our team wouldn't, but that's not how champions act. I understand it. You don't drop the damn trophy under a fucking bus. You just don't do it. I'm sorry, but it does take a little bit out of it. I mean, yeah, they won it, but I can understand the rest of you guys. Now, with that being said, I have to give a shout out real quick. Check this out. Y'all ready? San Francisco Giant fans, you guys have to be, you take the cake. You're at the bar up here now, all right? You guys are up here because you're still complaining in my San Francisco Giant videos. That was last season. It's a new season already, and you guys are still complaining. And you keep bringing up the fact that, well, Philly fans, they jumped onto the stand. They jumped out in the crowd and got tased in the field and carry on. Well, it's funny because that's the only thing you can bring up. Well, guess what happened at the Philly-San Diego game in San Diego? San Diego fans jumped on the field, start acting the fool too. I've said it before and I will say it time and time again. This happens everywhere. For anybody to use that as an excuse to say, oh, well, your fans jumped on the field and got tased. If you think that's it happens everywhere. It's not just Philadelphia. Using that as an excuse or saying that's, to fire back us, that's fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid to say that. Every city, every team, every state, every country, every sport has what? Your gate jumpers, your hardcore fan base, and your bandwagoners. Now let's get on the bandwagoners real quick because I've been getting a lot of mails of late about bandwagoning. So I got some guys who keep asking me, Event, is it okay to bandwagon certain teams? Personally, I say no. Stick with your home team. But other people don't feel that way. I understand other people don't even have home teams. I understand that. Some cities don't have certain sports, so they have to find somewhere or even closer. So, with that being said, because there's two extremes, I'm going to introduce to you guys the baseball flow chart. Let's get into this real quick, all right? That's right. Now, just to let you guys know, the link will be in the info bar for the flow chart. What it does is it asks you a series of questions, and then it calculates who you should be rooting for. Now, for example, one question is, if a foul ball came my way, would I step over my grandmother to get it or seek out a child and give it to him or her? Depending on your answer. If you say yes or, to the child, it would say really? If you hit yes, then you're a Toronto Blue Jays fan. If you say no, then you're a Cardinals fan, all right? If you go to step over my grandmother to get it, the next part it takes you to is the appropriate response to winning a World Series is flipping cars. Now, there's two answers. It says a world what or yes. If you pick a world what, guess what you're going to get? You're a Houston Astros fan. If you say yes, it drops you down even further. It says, I will enjoy reliving my team's most recent World Series championship in 08. If it's 1908, guess what? You're a Chicago Cubs fan. If it's 2008, you're a Phillies fan. If it's 2108, guess what? You're a Brewers fan. So as you can see, it's quite accurate. Now here's another one. Just one more example. It says, I have a soul, either yes or no. If you pick no, you're a Yankees fan, all right? Like I said, the flow chart works very good. So guys, please check it out and see what team you should be rooting for, okay? It's pretty comical. With that being said, guys, we got to get on this real quick. Some serious news. Miami Dolphins wide receiver Brandon Marshall was stabbed by his wife not too long ago in a domestic dispute. And some of you guys are telling me that he has a history of beating his wife. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but we've seen this as of late a lot. And a lot of guys are saying, high-priced athletes beat their wives or they treat their wives like shit and they just go do what they want to do, which some of it's true, some of it's false. Now, with that being said, also understand some of these wives are getting away literally with murder. We've seen this in the Chris Henry case where the woman was taken off in the truck. He tried to jump in it and he fell back her way, he fell out of it and died. We also saw this in the Arturo Gatti case, the boxing case, where they found him strangled and they said they ruled it suicide. I'm sorry, but There's no way that was suicide, especially if you knew how Arturo Gatti was. He was a very happy man. He had nothing to be sad about, all right? And the wife tried to say, well, they were arguing that night, and he went and killed himself because he was depressed. It almost sounded like, I'm just saying, it almost sounded like she hired somebody to kill him, all right? Because they said it was with some type of belt strap, with purse strap or something. I'm sorry, but that is a joke. It's a joke. But we can see both sides of the spectrum. Now, if it's true that Brandon Marshall did this, now mind you, he is not pressing charges. Apparently, there's a history between him and his wife where he beat her before and she didn't press charges. It's a really big deal. All right? It's a really big deal, domestic violence, and these athletes really have to understand they need some type of restraint. Now, understand, the wives, they know, these women should know what they're getting themselves into. All right? He's a football player. He's got to pump up the volume. He's always to the extreme all the time. All right? Also, you should know, when you're a sports figure, when you're a wife of a sports figure, you know and I know that there's always groupies out there. There's always a chance. As a wife, you know you have to deal with that. All right? You know you got to deal with that. So it should come to no surprise. It really shouldn't. But we're seeing the case now with Carmelo and his wife. You know, she acts like she calls the shots, and then Carmelo had to step up and say, no, she don't call the shots. I call the fucking shots. And with that being said, let's get on the New York Knicks real quick. All right? New York Knicks, New Yorkers, I'll tell you now. Your basketball team, yeah, they were swept. You have nothing to worry about. Next year, you can expect either Chris Paul, right? I'm telling you this now. I'm calling it now. Chris Paul, you can Darren Williams, and I'm telling you that's if the Nets move to Brooklyn and try to sell him on something. Darren Williams, and if you don't get either of those two, if they keep Chauncey Billups, expect Steve Nash to back him up. I'm just saying. I know everyone's going to say, Steve Nash, a backup. Oh, expect it. Expect it. With that being said, like I said, you guys have nothing to be ashamed about. Nothing. You had a good season. It's going to be even more fun next season. Just letting you know that. Philadelphia 76ers, I'm telling you now, you're losing in Miami next game. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, I really don't need to get into this. Just saying. Anyways. Anyways, like I said, they don't stand a chance. All right? They got lucky or whatever. LeBron choked on the shot. Whatever. It's nothing new. Anyways, I want to switch gears real quick because I'll go back to the NBA in a minute. But I got a bone to pick with hockey. All right? My God, this fucking playoff series has been amazing. First, I want to give a shout out to the Philadelphia Flyers for coming back 2 games now. 2 games down, all right? Was it 2 games? Friday and Sunday, you were down 3 goals in the first period, and you came back, all right? You lost on Friday in overtime, which was, trust me, it was a joke. I was at the game. There's a lot of things that you guys do not see when it goes to commercial. They tell us when they go to commercial, they have a little red light when you're in the stadium. So they tell you when you go to commercial, and you don't see what the fans are doing, the referees and players and things of that nature when it goes to commercial. The energy in that building is amazing, all right? It's amazing. And Sabres fans, seriously, I'm telling you this now. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I'm telling you this now. When you guys scored 3 goals in the first period, all right, Sabres fans still was like, yeah, yeah. And it took one dude to stand up and say, shut the fuck up and sit down. And it took, and the whole group was like, oh shit. And he sat down, and they sat down, all right? When we came back, this is on Friday, when we came back, you heard nothing from Sabres fans. Nothing. They kept their mouths shut because we kept scoring, right? Then when they won in overtime, here comes Sabres fans again. Woo! We kicked your asses, this, that, and third. Where were you in the second period and the third period saying that? You weren't, all right? Don't start that shit. And then what happens? After the game's over, there's a big fight in the parking lot. And then the police gotta come. And then the guys jump in the truck and then take off. And there's a big fucking car chase at Wells Fargo. You have to be kidding me. This is hockey, guys. Look, there's no reason for you guys to act like that. You are in our house. All right? We're not trashing you. I'll tell you this now. We have not trashed any Sabres fans. The entire time I was there, you did not hear anything from any Philadelphia fans saying, you know, fuck you Sabres fans. You didn't. And I had a couple of Sabres fans, and you never heard anything. Never. Not until they opened their fucking mouth. All right? So you were asking for it. And then on Saturday, I go to fucking Modell's, right? And there's Sabres fans in the place. So I have my Flyers gear on. I'm walking in, they're like, oh shit, he's going to say something. The kid's like, come on, dude, come on, let's get out of here. Like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And the staff at Modell's, they're laughing because they're like, they see Flyers fans and they're running. You're a fucking Philadelphia. I'm not going to eat you because you're a fucking Sabres fan. You got to be kidding me. All right? It's a sport. It's a sport. Seriously. But Sabres fans, stop bitching after what happened yesterday. Oh, Richards, he should be suspended for boarding the guy. No, that's not boarding. Boarding's when you get up close to the guy and drill him into the fucking boards when he's not looking. Richards went low and pushed him. Just because the guy's head was down and wasn't paying the fuck attention doesn't mean, you know, it's boarding. But he's a good actor. He's a good actor. Oh, he's got many concussions. I don't give a fuck. You guys have been beating the shit out of us all series, and we have not retaliated. You guys get one hit on one guy, all of a sudden, we're getting away with mass murder. And I'll tell you one thing too, Brian Miller. You're going to stop standing up and punching our guys in the face. You're going to stop that shit, all right? I used to like you as a goalie, but the more and more I see you play, and the more you keep running your fucking mouth, it makes me not like you. It really does, all right? Fact is, you're not that good now. And we're going... Tomorrow, because I got tickets, all right? Row 12. I'm telling you now, the place is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. You're not coming out of Philadelphia. You're not going to pass us. I'm sorry. You're just not. Philadelphia's taking this tomorrow, as far as I'm concerned. Also, Sharks versus Kings. What the fuck is going on there, guys? I don't understand it. What time? It's 8 minutes. I'm not worried about it. Listen, Sharks versus Kings. What the fuck is going on? Every game is lopsided. All right? One game, the Sharks are up by like a bunch of goals. The next game, the Kings are up by a bunch of goals. I want to give a shout out to the Chicago Blackhawks. All right, but coming back, y'all like fucking roaches. You shouldn't even be in the fucking playoffs, but whatever. All right, Vancouver, I'm telling you now, if the Canucks fail, if they buckle, if they collapse, this is worse than I would say Flyers Boston last year. This is worse because Chicago has a history of beating up on Vancouver so bad. And now you got fans of Vancouver, the Canucks, they're throwing fish, salmon on the fucking ice.
They're just dropping the puck.
There's a fish on the ice, and I don't know why, and the referee is contemplating, yeah, he kicks it.
That's a large fish.
It's, I don't think I've ever seen an actual fish tossed on the ice before.
Yeah, Baxter will hang on to that one. There it is.
I just, I'm not sure if that's supposed to mean someone sleeps with the fishes. I don't know. It's the referee looked at it and he decided not to pick it up.
Just pick it up. It's just a salmon. For Christ's sake, look at it. It acts like it's poison.
Well, you know what?
It's just a salmon.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck, Rev? It's not going to hurt you. It's fish. It's fish. It's dead already. It's not going to jump up and eat you all of a sudden. Pick it the fuck up. Be a man. Seriously, be a man. All right? And touch it, fold it up, and this. You gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. Now, with that being said, also, let me say that we have to talk about Montreal and Boston. I want to give a shout out to both goalies. All right, Carey Price and Tim Thomas are both doing their thing right now. They are playing amazing. I didn't really expect it, but they are playing amazing. And let me say now, all right, what happened with Boston and Montreal? For those who didn't know, the guy flipped the crowd off with the bird. It's disrespectful, but it's hilarious at the same time. If you haven't seen it, check this out real quick, man.
We begin today with what looks like Andrew Ference giving the finger to the Montreal crowd and not the one that says we're number one. Ference had just scored a rare goal which got Boston to within 1 goal last night at 3-2. But in the afterglow of a Boston eventual victory, we find out that Ference apparently did not mean to extend his finger towards the crowd. Let's listen.
It looks awful, I admit it. I completely apologize to how it looks, but I can assure you guys have covered me long enough to know that that's not part of my repertoire. I was putting my fist in the air, so I'm sorry. It does look awful. I just saw it.
Come on, you know that you gave him the finger. Just man up and admit it. Just admit it. Just man up. Just own up to it. Seriously, come on, man. All right, it's the playoffs. Emotions run high. If you don't believe me, ask Coletta. And I'm telling you now, because for those who don't know, Coletta came out yesterday and jumped on Danny Briere and Scott Hart, jawing at him on the ice, talking about their divorces to their wives and carrying on. Yeah, Coletta's a piece of shit. Now, I hope that someone knocks that fucking midget out. I really do. I cannot fucking stand that dude, all right? With that being said, I have one more thing else to say about hockey other than it's been a great playoffs, all right? I'm going to say one more thing. Michael Leighton, you fucking suck. Go back to the AHL, all right? Take your ass back. Anyways, let's move on back to basketball. I had to switch up, all right? Let's move on. Miami Heat fans, let me tell you something now, all right? Now, I'm talking to hardcore Heat fans. How do you feel about these bandwagoners? How do you feel about these fans? Because for what I've seen, the fan up thing has to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen, all right? Miami had a poster, for those who didn't see it, Miami had a poster for fans, for those who aren't used to being Miami Heat fans, the fan up, they were challenging them. For those who didn't see the poster, look at this real quick.
Changes, but I'm still the same old rider.
Fucking with change, man.
Sing a new dope to the world, but the people still buy.
Nigga, you fucking with change, man.
I'm a real love, niggas. Go get your hands up and you gon' take
Fucking with change, man.
I personally feel you should never have to tell a fan to fan up. But seriously, it is Miami. It is what it is. Miami fans, get back to me on this. How do y'all feel about this? With that being said, Lakers. Let's get in this. Lakers versus Hornets. Let me tell you now. Kobe Bryant, for those who don't know, rolled his ankle last night. All right? Them bum-ass shoes. I keep telling you, stop wearing them fucking shoes, Kobe. But you don't want to listen. So, it's on you. All right? You deserve wearing low tops. And I'm noticing a lot of other people are starting to wear low tops. Fucking Jody Meeks in the Sixers wears low tops. Are you fucking kidding me? But then again, all he does is sit out there and try to shoot the ball anyway. He doesn't get dirty. He doesn't get his hands dirty inside in the paint. But that's not the point. You don't wear low tops to play basketball. But Pau Gasol is the bigger story here because he's not showing up. He looks like garbage. We already know he's soft. All right. Last night, Kobe threw him a pass with like 10 seconds left in the game, and he had like this. It hit his hands, hit his chest, and rolled off. And Kobe looked down like, and the announcer's like, "Whoa, Kobe's giving him the death stare." You damn right he is, because there's no way he should have dropped that pass. I mean, this is getting out of hand. This guy, his head is not in the game. It's just not. And if he's not in the game, sit him down. I don't care if you gotta put in old ass Theo Ratliff. Sit his ass down if he doesn't get the message. Seriously, he's not focused. He's a waste out there at this point. All right. With that being said, we're gonna move on. Memphis versus the Spurs. I'm happy to see the Spurs keep getting their asses kicked. All right. I'm happy about it. Zach Randolph is killing dudes on the court. He is balling just as hard as Chris Paul is balling right now. All right. But Memphis victories for me are a little tainted right now because for those who don't know, earlier this year, O.J. Mayo got caught with performance-enhancing drugs. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Yeah. So it kind of taints it. I mean, it doesn't matter to me because I'm not a Memphis fan, but I do like to see the Spurs get the ass kicked. But that kind of hangs over your head, you know? It really does. Also, the Dallas Mavericks. What the fuck? Dallas, you had like a 23, 25-point lead on the fucking Trailblazers, and you let them come back. I am convinced now that you guys are jinxed with the first-round playoff. Seriously, you're just going to be ousted. And I say that, and speaking of jinxes, I meant to tell, because I was talking about the fan page yesterday about this. The jinx, yeah, for those who don't know, on Friday, Evan Turner came to the Flyers game, all right? And everyone's like, oh shit, Evan Turner's here. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, but like I said, I've already spoken about Flyers already. Anyways, guys, NBA playoffs are doing pretty good right now. I mean, Flyers, fucking Sabers is great. The Chicago, seeing them come back, the Blackhawks come back like that, it's hilarious for me. I still think they're going to lose this series. I still think that Vancouver, the next game, they're going to knuckle up and say, fuck this, we're going to do it. All right? Because they're being a hell of a lot more physical out there. I'm just saying, it's been a great sports week. If you haven't been watching sports, what are you waiting for? Watch this shit. Anyways, today's video, I told you, you know how I do this right now. Event Spotlight Athlete of the Week goes to Scotty Hartnell. That's right, Scotty Hartnell, the Philadelphia Flyers, for his contributions for cancer. Check this out.
In hockey, there's always that anticipation for the next game or next year once the season comes to an end.
You're about to meet a Flyers fan who was running out of next games and wasn't even sure there'd be a next year until a transplant gave him a new lease on life. Scott Hartnell shows a lot of heart on the ice, but on this day, the Flyers forward joined by Bob Kelly to meet a man who needed a new one. Back on January the 21st, 5 months of waiting and hoping came to an end for Robert Carr.
Waiting for a heart and a transplant type deal is long and painful. Your family goes through a lot more than you do, just waiting every day until it finally comes, and it's the best day of your life.
Yeah, take a picture of the old heart.
Obviously, it's a no-brainer to come out here and you see the smile on his face. Couldn't believe how young he was, and just hearing the details of what he was going through. The waiting game in the hospital every day. It's tough. It's you gotta admire that.
You're a lucky man there. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, we brought a gift package for you, some flags, some t-shirts.
Hartnell came bearing gifts from a franchise that has been near and dear to Carr's heart, both old and new.
My father was a police officer back in the 70s when the Flyers won the Stanley Cup twice, and he was part of the controllables of the 2 million people that showed up there. And I've been a Flyers fan ever since. It's his favorite sport. He dropped it onto me and my brother.
I appreciate all the support back in those days.
It's our favorite sport. We all play. We watch Scott play every day, and watch old videos, sorry, of Bob Kelly. But, it's the Flyers and they're the greatest.
I see his tattoo on his arm with the hockey sticks, and you know, just his family here, great people, and it really does, you know, feel rewarding. Whenever to come out here, puts a smile on my face. He's got a neat smile on his face. He's still breathing today, and it's a good thing.
It's unbelievable because it makes me think that they are not just, you know, athletes, they're normal people. Not all about money, it's about being a nice person.
And like I said before, if you have an athlete in your city that's doing charity work and you have video proof, please send it to me so I can give them the respect and exposure they deserve. With that being said, I told y'all yesterday that the zombie march was going on down on South Street. Y'all don't know what it looked like? Check out the picture real quick. Baby, cheesesteaks, Liberty Bell, soft pretzels, and now we got zombies too. I'm telling you, I will talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. I'm out.